Good morning, students. Welcome to our program Aprender e Estudar em Casa. As always, my name is Edson Horta, and I will be your teacher for the English classes of the 9th grade. Remember, because we are living a pandemic situation with the COVID-19, you need to practice the 3 important rules. Wear your masks, practice social distancing, and wash your hands. Okay, students, in today's lesson, we are going to learn to locate places and things and also situate events in time and place. But how do we do that in English? Very easy. We use the prepositions in, on, and at. In, on, and at as prepositions of time and as prepositions of place. Like I said before, we use these to locate places and things, but also to situate events in time and place. Let's start with prepositions of time. In, as a preposition of time, is used generally when we talk about months, for example, in May, in October, or in January. But it's also used to talk about years, in 1990 or in the 80s. We also use in when we talk about centuries. For example, in the 16th century or for long period. For example, in the future, in the past, or in the present. All right, students, some quick examples on how we use in as a preposition of time that I can give you are the following. In the past, I wanted to be a doctor. In the future, I want to be a lawyer. I was born in 1998. I was born in 1998. My mother was born in 1943. My mother was born in 1943. All right, those are the practical examples that we have with in. We are going to see some more examples further ahead. Now let's get to the next preposition of time, on. As a preposition of time, on is more specific than in, and it's used as when we talk about dates, when we talk about holidays, when we talk about days of the week, and when we talk about days of the month. When we talk about dates, we have the following example. On the 10th of June. On the 10th of June. Holidays with day. On Easter Day, or on New Year's Day. Also, on is used when we talk about days of the week. For example, on Sunday or on Tuesday. We also use on when we talk about preposition of time, when we talk about days of the month. For example, on the 25th of December. All right, students, again, some practical examples that I can give you on how we use the preposition of time. On are the following. Christmas is celebrated on the 25th of December. Christmas is celebrated on the 25th of December. Another example that I can give you is the following. Usually, we don't have classes on Sunday. Usually, we don't have classes on Sunday. Again, more examples on how we use the preposition of time. On are going to be further ahead. Now let's continue with at and see how we use at as a preposition of time. As a preposition of time, at is used when we talk about specific times, for example, at 3 o'clock or at 10 a.m. Also, when we talk about holidays without day, for example, at Christmas or at Easter. Also, when we talk about parts of the day, for example, at midnight, and when we talk about hours. As an example, we have at 8 a.m. or at 11 p.m. All right, students, again, some practical examples on how we can use at as a preposition of time are the following. We start classes at 7:30 a.m. We start classes at 7:30 a.m. We finish classes at 5:35 p.m. We finish classes at 5:35 p.m. All right? Now that we have seen how we use in, on, and at as prepositions of time, let's see some practical examples. When was Cape Verde discovered? Now, students, notice that we have this expression, when. Why did we use it? Well, it's easy. We use when we want to ask about the time when something happened or something was done. And in this case, when was Cape Verde discovered? In the 15th century. We talked about this before. We always use in when we talk about centuries. All right? Let's continue. The next sentence is, when is Christmas celebrated? And the answer is on the 25th of December. Why did we use on? Because on as a preposition of time is used when we talk about days of the month, 25th of December. Next sentence. When does our next class start? All right, students, so why did we use at in this answer at 2:45 p.m.? Because we saw before we use at as a specific time, and 2:45 p.m. is a specific time. Okay, that's how we use in, on, and at as prepositions of time. Now let's see how we use them as prepositions of place. As a preposition of place, we use in when we talk about countries, for example, in the USA, the United States of America, in Senegal, or in Brazil. Also when we talk about cities, in Praia, in Lisbon, or in Mindelo. When we talk about an enclosed space, for example, in a box, in a car, in a building. Or when we talk about neighborhoods, as in the examples we have in Safendi or in Palmarejo. All right, students, so that's how we use in as a preposition of place when we talk about countries. For example, I live in Cape Verde. I live in Cape Verde. Or, as someone may say, I live in Cabo Verde. All right? Also, when we talk about neighborhoods, I live in Achadinha. That's my neighborhood. I live in Achadinha. Let's continue. Next is the preposition of place, on. On is used as a preposition of place when we talk about surfaces, for example, on the floor or on the table. When we talk about streets, as an example, we have on Avenida Amílcar Cabral. Also, when we talk about public transportation, for example, on a train, on a bus, or on a plane. We also use on as preposition of place when we talk about communications and media. For example, on the TV, on the news, or on the internet. Well, students, that's how we use on as a preposition of place. Some quick examples on how we use on. The book is on the table. The book is on the table. I live on Avenida Amílcar Cabral. I live on Avenida Amílcar Cabral. More examples and explanations are going to come further ahead. Let's continue with the next preposition of place, at. Now, when it comes to at as a preposition of place, we use it for addresses, for example, at 10th Sesame Street, for specific locations, at the market or at the square, for group activities, as an example, we have at a party, at a theater, or at a picnic, for home, work, or places of study. As an example, we have at school, at work, or at home. Okay, students, some examples on how we use at as a preposition of place. I was at the market to buy some groceries. I was at the market to buy some groceries. Another example, I usually study at home. I usually study at home. All right, but we have not finished yet with the preposition of place, at. Let's see some extra content on how to use at and on. Now, we usually use at when we talk about something that is at the top, at the bottom, at the end, or at the start. The first example, at the end of the river. at the top of the page, at the bottom of the stairs, or also at the start of the race. So this is how we use at when we talk about something that is at the top, at the bottom, at the end, or at the start of something. When we talk about sitting at a surface, we can use both on and at. Let's see some examples. My laptop is on my desk. My laptop is on my desk. I am sitting at my desk. I am sitting at my desk. Okay, students, but why did we use on the first sentence and at on the second sentence? Well, it's easy. When we're talking about an object that is at the surface, we use the preposition of place on. But when it's a person or we are sitting on a surface, we use the preposition of place at. All right, that was it for the extra content. Now let's see some practice. Okay, students, now the question is, where do you live? Where do you live? All right, students, remember that we used when we were talking about prepositions of time. With prepositions of place, we use a different expression, where. And the question was, where do you live? I live in Achadinha. Remember that we used in when we talk about neighborhoods, and you guessed it, Achadinha is my neighborhood, and that's why I used in. Next sentence. Where is my pen? Where is my pen? Well, students, the answer to the question, where is my pen, is on the table. Why did we use on? It's easy. Remember that we use on when we talk about surfaces, and the table is a surface and the pen is on it. Next sentence. Where can I buy some vegetables? Where can I buy some vegetables? The answer to this question, where can I buy some vegetables, is at the market. Why did we use at? Because the market is a specific location, and we saw it too that we use at when we talk about that, specific locations. All right, students, that was it for our lesson, but we still have some exercises to do. Okay, students, we're back, and now it's time for some exercises on how we used in, on, and at as prepositions of place and time. Let's get to it. Number 1, Halloween is blank space October. Halloween is blank space October. Pedro was born blank space São Felipe, Fogo, blank space 2006. Pedro was born, blank space, São Felipe, Fogo, blank space, 2006. Next sentence, blank space, Saturday night. I went to bed, blank space, 11 o'clock. Blank space, Saturday night. I went to bed, blank space, 11 o'clock. Next sentence, my school is, blank space, Asa, Achada, Santo Antônio. My school is, blank space, Asa, Achada, Santo Antônio. When do classes start? When do classes start? They start, blank space, Tuesday. They start, blank space, Tuesday. The last sentence, where are we meeting Anderson? Where are we meeting Anderson? Blank space, the market. Blank space, the market. All right, students, you have those 6 sentences to complete with in, on, and at. Remember, when do we use them? As a preposition of place and as a preposition of time. I'll see you in a few minutes. right, students, we're back, and now it's time to correct those exercises. Let's see if you did them all correctly. Let's go. Sentence number 1, Halloween is blank space, October. That's right, we use the preposition in. Halloween is in October. Sentence number 2, Pedro was born, blank space, São Felipe, Fogo, blank space, 2006. You're right once again. Pedro was born in São Felipe, Fogo, in 2006. Sentence number 3, blank space, Saturday night, I went to bed, blank space, 11 o'clock. All right, on Saturday night, I went to bed at 11 o'clock. Correct once again. Sentence number 4, my school is, blank space, Asa Achada Santo Antônio. That's right, my school is in Asa Achada Santo Antônio. Sentence number 5, when do classes start? They start, blank space, Tuesday. Exactly. They start on Tuesday. When do classes start? They start on Tuesday. Now let's see the last sentence. Where are we meeting Anderson? You're right. We are meeting at the market. That's it. Okay, students, we finished the exercises, but this time you have some homework to do. Let's see your homework for this class. All right, students, let's see what is your homework for your next class. Sentence number 1, my father has a new job. He started, blank space, March. My father has a new job. He started, blank space, March. Sentence number 2, Samara lives, blank space, 312 Monte Carlo Street. Samara lives, blank space, 312 Monte Carlo Street. Sentence number 3, Pedro's birthday is, blank space, the 10th of August. Pedro's birthday is, blank space, the 10th of August. Sentence number 4, yesterday I saw Marina. She was, blank space, a bus going to the park. Yesterday I saw Marina. She was, blank space, a bus going to the park. Number 5, blank space, the past. People read more books. Blank space, the past. People read more books. Sentence number 6, what time is the maths test? What time is the maths test? Blank space, 10 o'clock. Blank space, 10 o'clock. And the last sentence is, wow, your new phone is cool. Where did you buy it? Blank space, the internet. Wow, your new phone is cool. Where did you buy it? Blank space, the internet. All right, students, those were the sentences that you have to complete for your next class. Don't forget using in, on, or at as prepositions of place or prepositions of time. Okay, students, before we finish today's class, let's do some review. In today's class, we saw how we use in, on, or at as prepositions of time and prepositions of place. We saw that we use in as a preposition of time when we talk about centuries, decades, years, months, and weeks. On as a preposition of time when we talk about days or weekends. And at when we talk about hours. As prepositions of place, we use, or location, we use in when we talk about countries, cities, and neighborhoods. When we use on as a preposition of place, we are talking about streets or avenues. And at is when we use for specific addresses and for specific locations. Okay, students, that was another episode of the program Aprender e Estudar em Casa. As always, my name is Edson Horta. I'm your teacher for the English classes of the 9th grade. Remember, we are in a pandemic with the COVID-19, so you need to follow the 3 simple rules. Wear your masks, practice social distancing, and wash your hands. This was teacher Edson Horta. I'll see you in our next class.